Hello students, how are you? Huh. Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine and in proper health. So in today's class, we're going to talk about a fresh new chapter, that is chapter 10, work, force and energy. So there are some inside the chapter points. So the first point is force and its types. Second point, types of forces, gravity, friction. Work and machines, third point, lever, pulley, wheel and axle, inclined plane, screws, wedge, fourth one. Then fifth point, energy and its sources. And the sixth point, sun, wind, water. So step by step, we are going to this chapter. So the first one, force. In our daily life, we lift, pull or push things. A pull or a push acting on an object is called force. So basically in our daily life, we lift, we pull or push things. A pull or push acting on an object is called force. Okay. We can move objects or change their shapes by applying force. So we can move the object and also change their shape by applying the force. So for example, we can change the shape of balloon by filling some air in it. We can change the shape of balloon. Okay. Now next point is the picture below shows Rakshita and her friends enjoying their summer holidays. So here you can see the picture here, over here. It is showing that Rakshita and her friends are enjoying their summer holidays. The children are playing football and skipping the rope. They are playing football and skipping the rope, and circle the children who are applying a force. So in this picture, you have to circle the children who are applying the force. Okay. So as you can see here, so in this picture class, you can see that the children are playing and there is also Rakshita with her friends playing. Okay, so now you have to circle the children who are applying a force. You have to circle the children who are applying the force. Like Rakshita is skipping the rope, so that means she is applying the force. So here you have to circle this girl. Okay, she is applying the force because she is skipping the rope. Okay, now next one, here you can see the boys, they are playing with the football. Okay, so that means they are also doing what? They are also applying the force, like they are kicking the ball. They are also applying the force. So circle these boys. Okay, they are applying the force. Now next one, types of forces. Force may cause an object to stop or start moving, to change its position or direction, or to increase or decrease its speed. In nature, there are two types of forces that are acting all the time: gravity and friction. So basically, in types of forces, forces can cause the object to stop or start. Forces can cause the object to stop or start moving, to change its position or direction, or to increase or decrease its speed. Okay. In nature, there are two types of forces. In nature, there are two types of forces that are acting all the time. Okay, in nature there are two types of forces that are acting all the time. First one is gravity and the second one is friction. Okay, so in gravity, the thing fall down and then they just stop at that particular period of time, and then in friction, the thing is moving on. Okay, So that means there are two types. The first one is gravity and then is friction. So we're going to talk about this gravity one first. Gravity. We see many examples of the force of gravity around us. The force that pulls an object towards the center of the earth is called gravity or gravitational force. What happens when you throw a ball up into the air? So here it is asking that what happens when you throw the ball up into the air. Okay, when you're throwing the ball up into the air. So at that time period, what happened? The ball go upwards or the ball come down? So basically the ball come down because the gravity is pulling it. There is a force, there is a pulling force which is, pulling that particular object towards the ground. Okay, so that is the gravitational force. So the ball goes up in the air and then falls back down. So it is coming down. Okay, it falls back down because the earth has special attractive force called gravity, which pulls it down towards the earth. So basically there is an attraction, there is a gravity which pulls that object towards the ground. Okay, now here is some quenching the scientific thirst point. Force of gravity is active on an object even when the object is at rest. So it means that force of gravity is always like active on an object even when the object is at rest. Okay, at that time period also this force of gravity is occurring because you are pulled up, you are still standing on the land, and why you are like standing on the land, why you're not flying? Okay, because of the gravitational force only. Okay, there is like some kind of pulling force, the gravitational force, which is putting you on that ground level only. Okay, so that means gravity is active at that time period also when you are at the rest position. Okay, or when the object is at the rest. The second type of force, which is friction. Okay, friction. What is this friction? So here, the force that slows down or stops a moving object is called friction. The force that slows down or stops a moving object is known as friction. Okay, friction between car, tire and road makes the car to move on road. Friction produces when two objects come in contact with each other. Take a toy train and move it on a smooth floor. Note how much distance it will cover. Now bring a toy train in a garden. Try to move it on grass. Okay, so basically it is saying that the force that slows down or stops a moving object is called friction. And friction between car tire and road, makes the car to move on the road. Okay, and friction produces when two objects come in contact, like the tire and that road, when they come in contact with each other. Okay, when the tire is coming in contact with the road. Okay, for example, take a toy train and move it on a smooth floor. Okay, move it on that smooth tile floor, and note how much distance that toy train cover. Okay, now bring a toy train in the garden area. Okay, so first you played that toy train with that smooth area, and now you're bringing it on the garden area. Now the toy train can't be able to move that much smoothly as compared to the smooth floor. Okay, so that means there is a relationship between the two objects when they touch each other, and then this friction process occur. Okay, so again note how much distance it will cover. So in the garden area, we can see the toy train will cover less distance as compared to the smoother area. Does the toy train cover long distance than it did on a smooth surface? No. This is because a smooth surface has less friction and a rough surface has more friction. So why does it happen? Like, does the toy train cover long distance? Like in that, in that garden area? No, as compared to the smooth surface. Okay. So because the smooth surface is having the less friction as compared to the garden area is having that, more friction. Okay. Now we come to the next one. You can see the example of this friction in this figure. The car is there, and it is, the tire you can see over here, and the tire is touched with that road. Okay, and that's how this friction process take place. Okay, now some more forces are there. So the first one is muscular force. So what is this? The force exerted by our muscles is called muscular force. For example, you use your muscles to uplift the load. Okay. Some more forces. Okay. So there are like types of forces. First one is muscular force. The force exerted by our muscles is called muscular force. For example, you use your muscles to uplift the load. So basically, you use your muscles in day-to-day life. You are using your muscles to uplift the load. That is known as muscular force. Okay. Now we come to another one, that is magnetic force. The force applied by the magnet is called magnetic force. For example, when you put some iron nails near magnet, they start pulling towards magnet and get stick to it. So basically, magnetic force is what? Magnetic force is like when the force is applied by the magnet. Okay, when the magnet is attracting the nails towards it. Okay, so that means this is known as magnetic force. Okay, now we come to the next one, that is mechanical force. So in this, the force applied with the help of tools is called mechanical force. For example, you use a scissor to cut paper, or you use an opener to open a bottle. So basically, mechanical force is what you use a mechanical equipment, that is known as mechanical force, to do a particular type of work. Like for example, you are using using a scissor to cut the things, and also you are using an opener to open the lid of the bottle. Okay, to open the that cap of the bottle. Okay, so that is known as mechanical force. Now we're going to talk about work and machines. Here it is saying how many times do you use the word work. The word work is the most commonly used word in our daily life. However, in science, work has a very precise meaning. Let us look at the following examples. So basically, in our day-to-day life, we heard this word work. Okay, in English also we use this word work. Okay, but in science it is having a precise meaning. Okay, so what is this precise meaning? Generally we say that the work is means the work which we do. Like for example, a teacher is teaching in the class, so she is working in that particular time period. A doctor is performing a type of surgery or doing a surgery, so that means this is a work. Okay, but in science this work is having a precise meaning. Okay, so let us look at that one by the help of these example. So here the examples are given. As you can see in this figure, Ranjan is pushing the big box. And here you can see Ram Murthy is pushing the wall. Okay, now here you can see a man trying to move a rock off the road. Okay, basically a man is applying the force on the rock to move it away from that road area. Then a crane lifting the same rock, and here the crane is lifting that same particular rock. The crane is lifting that same particular rock. Okay. Now Ranjan and Ramurthy are using force, which is an activity. What do you think will be the result? Ranjan may be able to move the box to a certain distance. However, the wall will not move even though Ramurthy might apply greater force. Okay, so basically it is saying that Ranjan is applying the force on the box and that box move at a particular direction and distance, then we can say that the work is done. But here in Ramurthy case, the wall is fixed at one place only. So that, and the wall is not at all moving. Like Ramurthy is applying the force, but the wall, obviously the wall will not move. So that means the work is not done. Okay. So the whole meaning is that the work is done when you apply the force and that object move, that object shows some kind of result, then we can say that the work is done. Okay. In some kind of your daily life situations also, we can say that when you're smartly doing a type of thing, like here also Ranjan is like smartly moving that box and he's using his hard work and smart work both, then we can say that the result will get. Okay, he will get the result. Whereas in Ramurthy case, he is applying his whole hard work, he is doing his whole hard work, but he is not applying his mind that this wall will not move. Okay, so that means the work is not done, he will not get the result. Okay, so in scientific term we can say that work is done when you apply the force and you get the result. Okay, now next it is saying according to science Ranjan is doing work, whereas Ramurthy is not doing any work. Therefore, we can say work is done only if a force exerted on an object moves it in the direction of the force. Okay. Next, it is saying look at the pictures given below carefully. A man is trying to move the rock off the road. Can he do it without any help? No. However, a crane can do it easily. So basically it is saying that in this given picture, this man is pushing the rock, but he can't be able to get the result, to get that result, to get that that rock moved out of the road. Okay, whereas by using the crane, we can be able to lift that rock. Okay, why this happened? Because the man weight is not that much enough to pull that rock, whereas the crane, that mechanical equipment, that machine can easily pull that, lift that rock. Okay, so that means correct force and work is done in the crane case, whereas in that man case, thus work is done only when an object moves over a distance on applying force. When work is difficult to do with our hands, we use tools called machines. Machines make our work easy. There are some simple machines that we use in our everyday life. Let us learn about these machines. So there are some simple machines which we use in our everyday life. Let us learn about it. So the first one is lever. So what is this? A lever is an ordinary machine which is used to lift or move heavy weights, cut things, or open the lid of a tin. A pair of scissors is an example of a lever. When we use a spoon handle to open the lid of a tin, the spoon acts as a lever. So basically the ordinary machine which we use in our day-to-day life, like for example scissor we use to cut the paper or cloth, then that scissor is what? That comes under the lever. And the spoon, the spoon, that long part, that handle of that spoon, we use to open the lid. Okay, so it also acts as a lever. Okay, next come the pulley. So what is this? A pulley is made from a wheel and a rope. It is used to lift things easily. Villagers use pulley to draw water from wells. Okay, so basically villagers use pulley to draw water from wells. It contains wheel and a rope. Okay, to pull the water from the well. Okay, next come wheel and axle. Here it is saying, can you name some things that have wheels? So almost all vehicles have wheels, like all vehicles contain wheels. Okay, the vehicles have a rod connected to it. This rod is called the axle. The axle moves the wheel. Moving heavy objects become easy with the help of wheel and axle. So basically, in this wheel and axle, it contains wheel and axle, and this axle moves the wheel, and it is easy to like carry the heavier object. Okay, with the help of this wheel and axle. Now we come to the another machine, that is inclined plane. It is an inclined plane is a sloping surface which is used to push or pull heavy objects to a certain height. A strong, smooth board placed at an angle can be used as an inclined plane. You must have seen heavy cartons being loaded onto a truck by pushing the carton up an inclined board. So basically, inclined plane is a sloping surface. It is a sloping surface, like you see in that, in that park area, you see that slide. Okay, at that form, at that shape, only that inclined plane is like designed. And in this, the board, the smooth board is used, not the rough board. The smooth board is used to pull or push the object easily. Okay, so like for example, if you are shifting from one place to another, okay, from one state to another, then the truck will carry the heavy carton with the help of this inclined plane only. They use a kind of inclined board to carry that heavy cartons up in the truck. Okay, now we come to the next machine, that is screws. A screw is actually an inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder that has a sharp pointed end. Screws are turned with the help of a screwdriver. As they rotate, they also move forward, so they help to attach things to each other. So basically, this screw is actually an inclined plane which is wrapped around a cylinder, and that has a sharp and pointed end. Okay, screws are turned with the help of a screwdriver, like we tighten the screws with the help of a screwdriver. As they rotate, they also move forward. The screw also move forward, so they help to attach the things with each other. Okay, now we come to the next machine, that is wedge. A wedge has at least one slanting surface ending in a sharp edge. This helps to cut things. A good example is an axe with which we can cut wood. Okay, so wedge is like, at least a one slanting surface is there, and at the end of it, it contains a sharp thing. Okay, which helps in cutting the things. Like for example, an axe is used to cut the wood, like carpenter used that one, and also like wood cutter used that one axe. Okay, while cutting the wood or tree. Now we come to the next point, that is knowledge plus. It is saying energy that a moving object has is called kinetic energy. The energy that a moving object has is known as kinetic energy. So it is telling about energy and its sources. Okay, so we are able to work only when we have energy. Energy is the ability to do work. We need energy to do everything, right? From the basic things like walking, reading, and talking to the difficult tasks like lifting, carrying, and climbing, energy exists in various forms such as chemical, mechanical, heat, light, electrical, magnetic, and sound energy. Energy changes easily from one form to another. Okay, so energy, like we human get energy from food, by consuming food. Okay, and there are like some basic things are there, like walking, reading, and talking. For that we use our energy, and for difficult tasks also we need that energy, like lifting, carrying, and climbing. Okay, So energy exists in various form here in this chapter. So it is telling about that, like chemical energy is there, mechanical energy is there, heat energy, light energy, electrical, magnetic and sound energy. And energy changes easily from one form to the another. Okay, so now we're going to talk about like sources of energy, from where that we get energy. Sources of energy, the first one is the sun. It is saying the main source of all energy on earth is the sun. The energy that we get from the sun is called solar energy. So the energy we get from sun is known as solar energy. As you can see here, the solar cooker is there. By the help of the sun, the food is cooked. Okay, the sun get reflected in that mirror surface. In this picture also you can see that the light get reflected, the light of the sun get reflected in that mirror one, and it go directly towards the food, the containers which contain the food. Okay, rice, pulses and all. And then that that food items start boiling. Okay, the rice will start boiling, the pulses will, the dal will start boiling, and you will get a cooked food. Okay, so that means the solar energy helps in cooking the food. So plants use solar energy to make food in the green leaves. So basically we studied in that plant chapter that the leaves are the kitchen of the plant. Okay, they make their food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, by the help of sunlight. And food has energy stored in the chemical form. So basically food has the energy which is stored in the chemical form. And we get heat and light. We get heat and light energy from the sun. Solar energy can also be used to generate electricity. So basically solar energy can also be used to generate electricity. Like solar panels are used, cells are used, okay, to generate the electricity. Now we come to the next one, next source of energy, that is wind. So it is saying movement of air around us is called wind. So movement of air is known as wind. Any object that is moving has energy in it. So any object which is moving, it contains energy. Okay, energy of the wind can turn windmills, which in turn can move other machines called turbines. Turbines then help to produce electrical energy. Okay, so basically energy of the wind can turn the windmills, which in turn can move the turbines, and turbines then help to produce what? It help to produce electrical energy. Okay, now here you can see the windmill which move by the help of the wind only to generate the electricity. We use this one. Okay, it helps in to generate the electricity. Next is updating yourself. So it is saying in villages people use gobar, or we can say in English cow dung, gas as fuel for cooking and lighting up homes. So basically in village area people use cow dung or gobar gas as a fuel for cooking and lighting up homes. Okay, next source of energy is water. So the first source of energy was sun, and the second source was air, wind, and the third source is water. Okay, so in this, moving water too has a lot of energy in it. Okay, moving water has a lot of energy in it. To use this energy, we build dams. Dams allow the water to fall with force from a height onto the turbine, and they move and help to produce electrical energy. So basically in dam what we see that they just allow the water to fall with the force, and then the turbines, then from the particular height when the water fall down, then the turbines move, and when the turbines move they generate what? They generate electrical energy. Okay, and we get electricity with the help of this energy. Okay, now we're going to talk about some scientific terms. So the first point is groove, which is a hollow cut of V shape made on the surface. Next is inclined, at an angle to the horizontal position. At an angle to the horizontal position. Okay. Tightened, to make something fixed firmly. Like by the help of screwdriver, you fix that screws, no? Tighten the screws. Loosen, not tied up. It is the opposite of tighten. And windmill, a machine which runs on the energy by air, by wind. Then screwdriver, a special tool to turn a screw or to tighten the screw. Okay. Now we come to the end of that chapter, that is chapter at a glance point. So the first point is a pull or a push acting on an object is called force. There are two main types of forces in nature, that is gravitation and friction. Machines make our work easier. The ability to do work is called energy. Energy exists in various forms such as heat, light, sound, electrical, mechanical and chemical energy. Okay. Last point is some sources of energy are the sun, wind and water. Okay students, now we're going to do some exercises. First one is fill in the blanks. So in the first question, we can move an object by applying dash, by applying force. So you have to write force in this blank. Second one is friction will be dash on rough surface. Friction will be more on rough surface. So you have to write more in this. Third one, dash make our life easy. What make our life easy? By using the machine. So you have to write machines in this blank. Fourth one, scissor are an example of a dash. Scissor is an example of lever. L-E-V-E-R. Okay. Next is windmills use dash energy. Windmills use wind energy. By the name only you get the answer. Wind you have to write in this blank. Now we come to the true or false one. So the first one is everything that is thrown up need not fall to the ground. Like everything which we throw, it doesn't fall into the ground. No, it is not right. So this statement is false. Next one, work will be done only for force is applied. Yes, work will be done only at that time period when force is applied. When the correct force is applied, from the correct direction. Okay, towards the correct direction one. So this is true. Next is all machines are lever. No, all machines are not lever. Some machines are like of different types, like pulley is there, inclined plane is there. Okay, so this statement is false. Next one, to draw water from well, a pulley is used. Yes, pulley is used, true. Next one, screw are simple machine. Yes, screw is like simple machine. And inclined is, attached with that one, spiral one. So this is true. Next we come to the one word answer. The force that resists the motion of object. The force that resists the motion of object. Okay, it is what? Is it like, that friction one, or is it gravity one? It is friction. Okay, so you have to write friction in this blank. Then next one is the force that pull object downward. The force that pull object downward, that is gravity. So you have to write gravity in this blank. Then third one, an ordinary machine. An ordinary machine. You can give example of an ordinary machine, like for example, scissor which come under the lever. So you can write lever over there in this blank. The main source of all energy. Main source of all energy. You can write sun. Sun is the main source of all energy. Okay. Next one is MCQ. Take the right option. What are the sources of energy? So is it like wind, water, sun, or all of these? It is all of these. So take that one. Next is take the form of energy. First is heat, light. Is it like electrical, magnetic and sound energy? Is it chemical, mechanical, or is it all of these? So basically, the form of energy can be heat, can be light, can be electrical energy, can be magnetic, can be sound, can be chemical or mechanical. So that means it is all of these. So tick this one, all of these. Next is tick the correct statement. First one is the main source of energy is the sun. Main source of energy is sun. Yes, right. The earth is the main source of energy. No. The moon is the main source of energy. No. The sun is the main source of energy. So just tick that one. Okay. Now we come to the fourth one. Tick the incorrect statement. So here the sun is not the source of energy. It is wrong. Machines make our work easy. Yes, it is right. The force that pull object downward towards the center of the earth is known as gravity, is called gravity. Yes, this is also right. So that means this statement is wrong. The sun is not the source of energy. Okay. So students, I hope you all got the chapter and understood this chapter. And now you just read thoroughly this chapter and also practice the question answers in MCQ, and also write the types of forces and like types of machines and all. Okay, till then students, take care. Bye bye.